Folks, it's 10:23 a.m. on the 30th day, first month, 2023. And I'm looking at they're finally starting to bring the correct totals in, and that's going to rise after this next 24 hours of nothingness. You'll start to see some of the more true totals coming in. And the whammo. Get sharks ready. Are you ready? That's right. Very, very hazardous conditions along the Pacific Highway are to be expected during this event. Now, the previous event's going to get stuff wet. It's going to be soggy. Some localized, very heavy falls, even along this coastline, that are going to lead to those totals. But the initial bigness is right through the trough, because I could see that coming. Because you wet this first, right? And then if I evaporate it, it cools off this area automatically, because evaporation is a cooling process. That's why you always feel it get a little bit colder at dawn. When the sun comes up and evaporates that dew and frost and stuff, it'll get just a little bit colder, or the stuff that's in the air. So it's a natural process. And at some point, I want to go over the new clouds. Yeah, right? And do some, they're telling you half-truths about how some of them are formed. Yeah, half-truths. But it's not the whole story, so ask the right questions. Like if they tell you it takes a jet plane to make a certain one go through it and happen, say, well, was a jet plane going through it when that formed? Now you see the funnel here? It's aimed in that direction. What's that telling you? They're going to bring it in that way. They're going to funnel this up with EMF. You just turn the corridors on and pulse it, and you'll bring it up. But unfortunately, this area is still targeted. Yeah, and the falls along this area here are going to be deadly over the next 10 days. And it does look like I was correct. They've come for the coastal road. And the heavinesses of the falls along the coastal road during this event are not to be underestimated at all. And a lot of these rivers are going to run to the protectable places. So I'm very, very concerned about the Lismore area. I keep joggling the numbers, but I'm keep sticking with my guns when I say stuff. It might be the 11th day that comes. They're not sure here, but I'm telling you, you're getting it. I've been telling you all along. The pressure said so. The beam yesterday, setting up a corridor here, right, but leaving that gap here, just went right from here where my middle finger is, right about above here. Right about here, above Tweeds. Right here below Tweeds, there was a line of EMF came out, and it made a heated flow, and it's actually trapped it behind it. So you can get hemmed up against that, and this whole area should end up being that color. It's going to be bad, very, very, very bad. I'm seeing over the 15 days, you easily gonna get a quarter meter over there. Yeah, and I'm very concerned about the runoff, and so many of you followers that have been, even since last year, watching me report on the first Lismore event, couldn't even fathom, nor did I, that nearly a year later to the date, I'm going to be covered in another one. Really. February's coming. And I'll go through and pull up some videos, and I'll bring up some data that I've set aside. Because your Malcolm Roberts didn't want it to prove some things. But I still have it. So I might as well show you guys. Right? I'll just show you guys. Glen Anus. You guys got where these rivers run through it, the river's going to run through it. And there's a road here I see they're wanting. They want this crossroad here, this curve, this B76. So be very careful on the B76. They want a corridor. If you follow the thicknesses of the rain and look at your planning permissions of where they want new roads and highways, you might figure out where the floods are going to go. Ooh, that's conspiracy forecasting. It's not a conspiracy for one person to sit and think of anything. It requires more than one. It's a plural thing to do, to conspire, by the way. So don't let the word fool you. Don't be conned by the spiriters. Yeah. Conspiracy is those people that are doing funding this and doing it to you. Yeah, and butter in the hands of the politicians and whatever goes on to get those kind of deals. As I'm looking close to a third of a meter of rain impacting these folks. That's feet, You want to see what that is? 28 centimeters in inches. That's 11 inches, ladies. It's a dangler. I'm serious. That's a lot of water coming all quick. That's close to a foot. And if some of this water is blowing in the rain that's coming from here, from the air, that ain't counted in the total. So you're going to add. You got to add 50 to that. I do, in my mind. I add. That's part of the stat to me. And many other parts of the country are about to see a big carpet. It's not just you. This is going to be a big event. This is a lot of change. And again, a huge roads that go east-west are being targeted. In the heaviest falls, where everything runs towards them. So you will be careful along this highway. You will not lose your vehicles along the A6 through this corridor here coming up. Right? Right. Why? Because Robert said so. Because if you don't, well, that was your risk to take. That was a good train run there with a nice curve. You can get going really fast on that line. Elevated road system for everybody. So yeah, flow go right underneath you anytime they want to fill one of their legs. Just a freight train coming your way. I want to look at the pressure on that 10. So as we get to the 10th day, here should give you a little idea of some winds too. Right, a doldrum. That's a doldrum, man. That thing sits. It just sits. You got more coming. This is a pump, right? Look at it bringing the moisture in. And this one helping. Formed a spinner right off the coast of Brisbane. I wonder who said that had to happen. And that's going to help kick things up. Boy, are you going to have some good surf conditions. It's going to be very windy down there. Ain't no doldrum there. That's for sure. You look for the spinners. Yeah, must have been the drag on that island and the force of this coming over. Or an EMF blast forcing an outflow. Boy, are you going to get fucked, Lismore. Look at the flows. Look what's kicking in. It all kicking in on the end of the 10th. And so the high pressure has that trapped, right? It can't go anywhere over there. All the winds are pinning it. If anything, these two are going to dance. This might pull into that. But this one's trying to, which is going to go bloop, 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 bring tropical air back down into that. All this shit from here is coming that way. Boy, are you guys going to get wet after the end of these 10 days. This is going to be a catastrophic flooding event. Yep. After 5 days from now, the shit's going to hit the fan. And you got a lot coming. If all that I see right here plays out in my head over the next 3 weeks, you guys could see over half a meter of rain. That's a lot. This is a big tendril right here they could strip. This is a very dangerous, volatile situation when you got these two highs like this. One of these could go south. This is dangerous. Well, you got a lot of cold air that get moved in. See it? And look what's coming. I told you they made one. It's coming. It's coming your way. And when that comes, they have to move these. They has to move for this to go. This will pull into that. Because a 1003 to be swallowed by that ain't nothing. That's a low storm. That's going to be very windy. That might be a raging one. It might actually be a proper tropical cyclone. This. Yeah, you were there. Let me get that to miles an hour to be sure. No, it's not quite. It's very close on that day. If I can pop a 73, I'll be just under it. I bet I do. It'll be on this side. This is where the fastest will be. On that date, she's just shy of a Category 1 tropical cyclone. By the time it hits shore, it will be. I imagine one of these winds is going to show it. If I get in quicker here, let me find out. I'm very concerned now about this at the end of your 10s. And this will be an impactor of Western Australia. Could they want a new bridge? Are they swallowing the streams in the biggest way you ever seen right now to kill the biggest streams of all? Going back home? Whew, oh boy, it's horrible. Where's the pinch point? If it's moving forward this direction, this will be your fastest winds. You got to add the forward motion of the storm to the wind, and that could put her over the top. They might use that statistic. As it is right there, you're 11 miles an hour below at a hurricane strength winds at that moment. So we're going to watch this very careful. She should just ride that. One pulse from here to there, that fucker's gone. It's stayed. It's stuck. There's nowhere else for it to go. This has to move. But this has enough flow to swallow it. So that as it comes ashore, it'll briefly weaken. Actually, it should. As it swallows these pressure numbers, as it equalize that number, and then you come up with the math that's left. Right? We will know more on the day on that. You had a very, very hard situation coming on my mother's birthday. That sucks. Yeah, I'm sorry to be the spreader of that bad news, but it's not what I like to do. So you're going to have a raging one. Definitely looks like all the steering winds could aim it right in along here and just bring her up coast. Or one EMF blast shoots all the moisture off it and then fucks you all with it. I can't quite be certain which scenario, but I do see, look at that spinner off your coast. It's just shy of a tropical cyclone. During the tropical cyclone season, I must point out, and it's not an unusual thing to see in the Indian Ocean. If anybody points that out to you, they are also correct. Right? Let's have a lot of people be correct. And look what else is forming. Yeah. Coming on down. The beam is driven you. Hi. Come on in. The door is well open into Queensland corridor, and you get the wazoo smacked out you on Sunday the 5th, my time and yours. You and then forsake. There's a road. They're wanting the roads. It ain't coming for this coastal road with repeated hard lashings. Lashings and lashings and lashings of rain, lashings of wind, lashings of vehicles smacking puddles and potholes, destroying, and coming here. Oh my, that's a hell of a line. It's going to be very electric. Yeah, this one don't do the electric. I kind of like it sometimes. And look where it is. Aiming right at it, going into the wind. That'll hold it up on the back of the mountain and do your trough a bit too while that hems into it. Hey, look, Higgins, you could draw a dick that day while you're being one. Is your name Richard? That's what I meant by that. Hey, look at this. Hey, that's a new kind of stat. Well, we're going to have a hexagon here, the Kimbam squares over there, over Woolagoolag, bada bing, bada bang, bada bong, bong, bong. Somebody must be smoking a bong too much to believe that geoengineering's not real. Boy, are they clobbering you. Boy, are they clobbering you, Lismore. They ain't told you. They ain't being honest with you because they're worried about scaring you. We don't want to panic those people. How about you prepare them there, government, bureau morons? Why do I got to do your job? Showing that this in the wind is close enough up to shore for the upper level rains to just go ashore. So like all of this can come too, but it's supposed to be counted as falling air. But she gonna blow. And man, that really blows. And chem bombs really fucking suck. And you should see this shit right now going out over Lismore and all y'all. See where we are? Good. Going into the easternmost point of mainland China, China Straya, Cambodia, right here, Byron Bay. Boom! Look at the plumes. Let's just taxify the skin of everybody surfing and enjoying themselves. It's just ruining the day, killing their dreams. Yeah, you might not be getting sunburns sometimes. Not. See that one there? The flower of death. Square, television, uniblab, booming you off, man. Going over Harvey Bay. Harvey Bay. Chem bombed all to hell. Isn't that horrendous? Absolutely horrendous. As we go out west, same old song and dance. Same old absolute toxic skies. How you guys got coughs and stuff going on? How's your breathing doing? What's the air smell like? Does it taste different? Some people breathe through their mouths and it might pick up the taste. We need to know these things. Uh-oh, look at that. Look at the chem bombs going up. Boom, 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 boom. Upwind. Look, boom, boom, boom. Go to plume right there. And that big payload came out into the microwaves. It's not all plasma. It's a fucking soup of toxicness. Chem bombs going off. Chemical catalysts in your skies. Chemical catalysts are for what I cry to stop, stop, stop. The call is on, and this is wrong, 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 wrong to continue to do. To these beautiful indigenous people, that one of the largest in the world still left, and they're flooding them out. Probably give them a nice paycheck to go somewhere else, or they'll be way out of the into a society that's not meant for them to be a part of. And we'll try to treat them different. And they got a connection of a land that few people will ever understand. And yeah, it just saddens me to think about. So I won't. Boom! You got so many compounds. This must cost a fortune. Fireworks displays are expensive. And these are like countrywide. So let that zoom in. Let it do its bit. Zoom out a little bit. Check if it's running. Coffin, yes, and Lismore. Even the clouds around the moon were chem last night. Thank you, Katie Wunsch. Storms are coming, says someone else. Smashing the country, says someone else. Yeah, I could see it. Lismore is mentioned. Well, he should have mentioned it a week ago. When I did. With pictures showing the totals that are resembling what we're seeing now. Well, they took those totals down and did joggery for all the other people that don't understand how weather works. So they were all guessing. I told you you're going to have problems through here. They want a train run or something through here. And they want it fast. And you can't go certain speeds through populated areas. Yeah, that bullet train had to slow down when we went by the houses and stuff. Some places it had to crawl because people in the area had bitched. Hint, hint. Use your noise decibel laws for your advantage. Yeah. Those are all in place. UK, I'm worried about you, man. I'm worried about you hard. I am. You ain't looking good on the 10s. And that river's going to be roaring. Stokers. Oh, smokers sliding. Yep, you're right in it. I told you so. Here's an I told you so. That valley. It's going to step part of the storm, cause a flood, Nimbin, bottom land. Be ready. You know where it goes. I do. You go down past the ABC, take the split by the tree to the left, and go down that bottom, man. You're going to be soggy over there. Okay? He knows. Darn right, man. You don't think I've worked down the street smoking a split? Oh my God. What is wrong with you? It's Mardi Gras. Put the grass in the Mardi Gras. Yeah, I love seeing the general frivolity of it and the happiness and everybody smiling except somebody spitting on somebody saying thanks for the whooping cough or something. That was really rude. Yeah, that was rude. We cop it, when we're out doing shit. While you're over there sitting on your fannies, typing to your grannies, in your granny panties. They're flooding you out. For you tidy whiteys, for the dudes, you stainy wainies. Remember, dudes, brown to the back, yellow to the front. And hey, that's not looking very good for this town, but it's looking very good for the profit, Margaret, because there's a nice interchange for railroad lines there. And where the B-51, looks like you need some progress here. Yeah, definitely you're gonna need to build back better here. Yep, that's definitely some technology coming here. Oh, I definitely gonna need a new bridge. You got to have a new bridge to bring them into the yard. And maybe a FEMA camp would go well under here. So if it floods, that solves problem. What's this building? If you got a bunch of stock in there, you might want to consider elevating it on strong pallets so they don't wash away. Yeah, this is going to get bad. It's going to get much worse even. A couple more days past this, these numbers will rise. I'm telling you, where all the pressures say so. All these streamers say so. And Robert says so. TPW says so. Look, that one strand's coming to New Zealand here. That's a lot of water. This is coming this way here. That's a lot of water. This right here, that's a lot of water. These big beams going off, and there was no solar flare that's been recorded by the Space weather dashboard. And no flare was recorded. I looked earlier. I did see some action on the sun, but there's nothing. Everything's cool. So they can't blame it on that. Where we have to look. If we don't look, we're not trying to think natural. Right? So this beam here that come through here is going to pop that water down. It's going to hit that barrier right there and force it all over here. Something over here they're not letting you see is being manipulated. That right there, watch. They hit it and bam, they hide the gilt. But if I stop the motion, you're going to see it. Watch. Oh, they took more of it off. See the beam swath right through here? They edited it out. But I caught it on this morning's live. So you'll have to go there and pinch that off. I'm tired, folks. I'm really, really tired. So tired of showing this all the time. So they're coming for your coast roads. My forecast was very, very, very accurate. Right? And this is the slow kill on here because they're coming with one over here. This is coming. Look what's in front of it. Right? It could eat that on its way. It could just swallow that and bring it all at once. Or it could push that in front of it, which it often does. Call it a feeder band. Yeah, it's a lot coming ashore. And the swath looks to be in 2 right here. Excuse me a moment. Pressures wise, the corridor will be here because of the excitations of that. Boy, it's going to smack a hard wall too when it comes. If this swallows that on the way, and that son of a bitch will go category 2 real quick. All the conditions are right. Yeah, I've already looked at the temperatures, and other people are experts in that. Let them do their own suss. And Lord Howe Island is going to help own the show out here. Most of the EMF bases are in this island here that own the Tasman Sea. And combined with Blenheim over here, they can do a lot. The walls set along this side. Super Darns here own the Arctic here and there. Which I showed earlier, didn't I? When I went down here to the poles. You can see these big beams here. See them coming off? I'm going backwards. That was been on a long time. That's a lot of hours. And that's most likely source of that one actually is this station here would be Exmouth Holt base, which has a ground-based antenna, a huge one. Yeah, I would suspect that's been on a long time. That's a lot of hours. So back to the contamination, this big old line going across your country. It's nothing but criminal. Nothing but criminal. Boom. See, it goes down first and then it blows up north of it. Bound and then pows. So let's do this. Big explosion here. See it 2 directions flow? That ain't normal. This is just simultaneous contamination of chemistry going on simultaneously in one huge line. All at once. That's synchronized bombing. You got to be really high up in the atmosphere to hit a lot of those places at once. Something very high up can do that. I mean high. 80 miles. You ain't on the edge of space. Well, that would actually be technically in it. It's up there. We need to prove a lot of where these things are going, what they're doing. How high does the weather balloon go before it blows up? When they jettison the gondola and it comes down on a parachute from the Scope X. You'll have to excuse me, I'm very tired. Yeah, covered an item I'm wanting to keep, but I'm going to have to turn it in so I have my rent next week. So, you know, I got troubles of my own. Look at the chem bombs going over you guys here. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 plume, 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 plume on the bio, boom, boom, chem go bio. They're bombing you day and night, and I say that's not right. Chem go bombo. So it looks like they've released the flow through Bass Strait. That's quite visible. There's some glitching going on down here, making clouds, you know. Bzz, bzz, big waveform going through. Might be because of that heart blast done over with Xmas. That's going to hit a wide area. Let's go over here and see. Boy, she's boiling. There's nothing making it past that line. That's why it did it. It is absolutely frying. It is Xmas. I've seen that before. It's influenced all this up here. Everything up here is getting scooped. And you can't make it past it. It's all coming in. Boy, are they setting you up for a big pre-bath before the big one comes in. So yeah, you guys are going to cop it. It says you guys be very careful out there. I'm so worried about y'all. So right, I'm very tired. So I'm gonna stop now. All right, big love, people. Stay safe. Peace.